What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
Alright, so, for those of you wondering why I'm reacting to this and not the track it is based off of, there's a couple reasons. First off, I wasn't even going to listen to it. Okay? The original, that is. However, DKRapArtist.
I kind of wish we hadn't.
DKRapArtist dropped a diss track of his own, and I needed something to react to for today. This was one of the very few songs that came out today. We haven't covered DK in a long time.
Look, and we want to push his numbers anyway, because I know this is his fastest growing, which I wish it were an original piece, and I'm only stating that because I wish I didn't have to waste the however many minutes of my life that was to watch the original.
Yeah.
That was terrible. But we want to support DK anyway, so there is that.
Absolutely love DK. Again, I say this every time I react to the motherfucker. He is my favorite UK artist. Hands down.
And he's top of the list anyway.
Even though he doesn't actually live in UK now.
Right. He's still top of the list.
He is my favorite English artist. And I agree. I kind of wish this was a more original thing. He does have an album dropping. As a matter of fact, if I flip over to the right screen, Supernova comes out February 5th, guys. Pre-save if you have not done so already. And help run his numbers up. The man deserves it. Especially after having to write this.
Right. So we will be hearing original soon, but this was what came up. Of course, like I said, fastest growing in terms of views for him so far, so we want to help, but holy Lord.
I'm pretty sure I could diss As Is, and it would be better than the dumpster fire he tried to put out on M.
Right.
But I'm glad to see that somebody that is better than I...
I'm glad to see that somebody with skill is going to...
has decided to shit on this fool.
And I'm not saying that you're the one without skill. I was saying that As Is actually the one without skill.
I will say, in terms of artists that have dissed M recently, I don't see M going back at Benzino.
Right.
Because M's done buried that fool.
Right.
I don't see M going at anyone else, except for I could see him responding to As, and here's the reason why. What a lot of people have not realized is one of the things that it says in the title of the song is As Is a part of Outsiders. For those of you that don't know, M does have a history with Outsiders, a positive one, up until that.
Right, until now.
So this is somebody M, honestly, I believe knows.
Met, at least, yeah.
So this is the one situation, regardless of how piss poor the diss was, I could see M being like, look, I thought we were cool, but nah, if we ain't, fuck it.
Right.
Hence the reason in the original, As had said something about, all these guys put their people on, you didn't. Bruh, if that was an example of what he was supposed to put on, there's a reason he didn't.
He thought you were cool guys, though, until now.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to react to this as if you guys have already seen it. If you've not seen it, please click the link in the description below. Hop on over, watch the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment. Let DK know we sent you. Definitely sub. Please, for the love of God, sub. Listen to his music. The dude is fantastic. I did a short tweet review of his Omega EP, which was only, I think, 4 songs long.
Right.
Was absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. I'm super stoked for this.
The only downside was it was so short.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, please, guys, hit up DK. And then come on back. And we say that because we're more of a reaction breakdown channel. We do pause to talk about the bars. We pause to break down the bars. We pause to talk about how it relates to us, doesn't relate to us, relates to a situation, whatever. It's what we do.
We pause.
We pause.
We pause. Our brains hard stop.
Exactly.
So we pause. There is that.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to slash it up and break it down. This is DKRapArtist with... Now, he's been calling it in the tweets, As Is Ass. That's not what it says here, but that's what we're titling it because
That's fantastic.
a Stan response to as is kind
A
of
mouthful.
a mouthful.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go with as is ass. It's creative. It's funny. We'll run with it. Let's get it.
Yeah. I think it's time that people stop disrespecting goats.
First of all, you're never gonna make it. Should've left it as is. Cause Marshall ain't gonna respond. You should've left it as is.
All right. Start off with a play on his name.
As. You make it too easy. You make it too easy.
Honestly, just the cover art gives me kind of like the heebie-jeebies.
Him cutting off his tongue or about to cut off his tongue.
Well, I mean, like, I kind of feel like maybe he shouldn't pause in the process.
That's what Shaq is.
If you're going to do it,
Shaq
do it.
was saying. Yeah, just
know?
go ahead. None of us are going to care, man. None of us are going to care.
Self-censorship.
Never gonna make it, should've left it as is. Cause Marshall ain't gonna respond, you should've left it as is. You're supposed to come with facts when you aim with a diss. Those weren't facts, you just being disrespectful with shit. But you're right about something, you ain't insane clowns. But you're insane and everybody thinks you're a clown. Plus
Yo, no fucking lie. When he said that, my mind actually went, I had a small bar to myself where I was like, you're right, you're not an insane clown, you're just an insane clown.
Right. Yeah. They're not the same.
No.
They're not the same. Although I completely...
One of these things
exactly,
is not like the other.
I completely agree with when you diss someone, you're supposed to come with facts. Like, he just came with disrespect, and honestly, it wasn't even that... like,
it was baseless disrespect.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't even...
I don't mind the disrespect. Disrespect and diss tracks are
exactly,
what we look for.
But it was just... It was stuff that wasn't even hard-hitting to me. It was like...
But you can't come with kryptonite bars. And what I mean by that is shit that's made up. That's why I don't like Superman.
Exactly. Well, and also it just wasn't... It was grade school crap.
Right.
Like, it was just like, really? Did you just... Because even the ICP bar, it was like, are you going somewhere with that? Because... Yeah, okay.
I mean, I give it to Benzino. At least he can rap.
Right.
This
well,
dude,
but
I
mean, DK's just picking up what he sort of left hanging, and he's running with it, and this is how you're supposed to do it, as.
something, you ain't insane clowns, but you're insane and everybody thinks you're a clown. Plus you name dropping people like you know Rose. Yeah, this a joke. You would think that it was Red Nose Day. These people hating on the go. This shit I don't understand. Marshall ain't gotta respond. You'll get killed by a stand. You ain't a genius. Everyone can see you're just an idiot. You just called the greatest lyricist illiterate, you dumb fuck. Let me bring this shit to an end.
That's another part of the diss that didn't make sense to me. The dude sat there and talked about how illiterate M is. Have you not heard M rap?
I think the exact thing was he said, I'm going to leave you illiterate. Not that M is illiterate. I mean, he was calling him trailer park trash and so on and so forth. But I think the exact line was he was going to leave him illiterate. But the whole starting his thing off with like, there's a fool born every minute, but a genius is born once in a lifetime. I am that genius, and this is that lifetime. Bull fucking shit. I mean, like, if you're going to come out with something like that, you've got to come with insane lyricism. And he came up with lazy slop.
Right.
So then to add in, and I think it was in reference to beating him more on a diss track, but it went along with like the physical fighting of like getting his ass beaten in school and shit, leaving him illiterate. And I was like, yeah, we're just going to pass over that bar. But DK did not. So
Okay.
There is that.
Give me the blood. Let's put it on the door. It's time to pass over.
Right.
This shit ain't working.
Also, he's not wrong. Like,
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, read the Bible.
if you know, you know. Stan is going to kill him. And I don't mean that like physically. Like, he's going to get actual talent coming after him for being so sloppy. Honestly, it's not just that they're stands of M, it's just that he was so sloppy he left himself open, you know?
Right.
You just called the greatest lyricist illiterate, you dumb fuck. Let me bring this shit to an end. Talking shit like M didn't come back for his friends. You ain't going anywhere and the darkness will surround you. Never made it, so you hating bitch on everyone around. Listen, Izz, man, you can say what you want, you got the right, but we can still think you're a cunt. Listen, Izz, yeah, you can say what you want, but so can we. I think we'll just call you a cunt. Listen.
That was the best quotable I have ever heard, ever, in the history of diss battles.
Yeah, you're right. You can say what you want. Doesn't mean we don't have the right to think you're a cunt.
That was beautiful. Beautifully done.
I love you, DK.
That was my other thing. Like, where... And I asked you this when we were listening to this trash earlier. Like, where has M ever said that anyone does not have the right to say what they want? I mean, like, if anyone can answer that, let me know, because he honestly is all about free speech. Right. And that people need to take half of what is done for art form as a grain of salt. I'm
almost wondering if that specific part isn't aimed at the rest of the outsiders. Because I could definitely see the rest of the outsiders, like him just being like, I want to trash M, and then being like, dude, don't do that. Oh. You can't say that. Like, don't say that shit.
Yeah, but again, like, then it shouldn't be the main hook in a diss track to M, which, by the way, I don't like that he has a hook in his diss track, mainly because all of it sucks. It's just filler. He's just saying it over and over and over.
Right.
And...
Yeah, you can say what you want, but so can we. I think we'll just call you a cunt. Listen, Izz, man, you can say what you want, you got the right, but we can still think you're a cunt. Listen, Izz, yeah, you can say what you want, but so can we. I think we'll just call you a cunt. Look, I'ma spray till the ammo will get depleted. I leave comments on, I promise that none of them get deleted. Cut the diss tracks, that shit was even worse than Nick's. You should cut your tongue so we ain't have to hear that shit.
What we're all thinking, apparently. What we're all thinking.
DK.
But that was a comment on him closing his comment section.
Right.
Yeah. Which.
For those of you that don't know, on the original track for this, he made sure nobody could comment to it because he's afraid of what the stands are going to come and say.
Which is ridiculous. If you're going to take the time to do a diss against M, may as well leave your comments open.
Right.
People are going to find you anyway.
Very true.
Better than getting it, like, through your window at home. You know?
Tracks, that shit was even worse than Nick's. You should cut your tongue so we ain't have to hear that shit. Why you disrespect Ronnie, keep the dead out your mouth. We only heard of your group cause M shouted you out, so just quit. Man, you ain't no fucking basket case.
Which I pointed out earlier.
Yeah, talking about bringing people up, like, you know.
we only know who the outsiders are because M has shouted them out.
Right.
Let's be fair.
And just because he didn't sign you personally, well, we all know why.
Jealousy is an ugly thing, man.
Yeah.
Only heard of your group cause M shouted you out, so just quit. Man, you ain't no fucking basket case. When my pen aim, you'll end up in a casket, mate. This ain't a diss, just responding cause we think that you whack. You never made it, and I bet you'll never make it with that. The second we heard your rap, man, we thought you was kidding. You love shrooms, makes sense, cause you must have been tripping if that's a...
Thank you, I had the exact same thought.
He mentioned a lot of drugs.
He was going on, and he said it twice, where he brought up to talk about being on shrooms, and I'm like, that's probably why you sound like shit.
He also mentioned acid. He also said he was the highest. Like, that was one of his opening bars. Like, okay, we get it, but, like, we going somewhere with this.
Right.
That's honestly what it is. We going somewhere with this? No. Okay, we're just high. Okay.
Your rap, man, we thought you was kidding. You love shrooms, makes sense, cause you must have been tripping if that's a diss track. I don't know what you're bothering for. You turned your comments off. I'ma come and settle the score. The say your dissolent career, stick to mopping the floors. Only career that your shitty diss ended was yours, bitch.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Supernova EP out on the 5th of February.
There's the plug.
Go pre-save that.
And here's the plug.
I feel like he should have been like if you really want good music. But
Take shots like man, I got strapped.
he is not wrong about the whole, like, we don't need to really come for you. Because, honestly,
Nah.
you killed yourself. And, again, if anytime any artist does something like this, gets involved in beef, in a diss track, whatever, if you turn your comments off,
You've already admitted defeat.
and half the people lose respect for you just for that alone. So,
Like, don't diss somebody and be afraid to take what's coming to you from
Right.
the fans.
or look, even put out a controversial original, because again, if you turn your comments off, the people that may have questions, like not just coming to hate on your channel, they're gonna walk away too. So, I mean, if you're gonna stand for something, stand for it.
So, my overall thoughts of this song, DK, you did a fantastic job. DK has never not impressed me.
Right.
I've liked everything I've heard from DK.
And honestly, he didn't have to come for this guy super hard.
No.
He still took what he said.
I am glad he
back
put
around.
something
Yeah.
out, though, because I'm pretty sure the last song I reacted to that had DK in it was his song Pain. And that was mid last year.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought we had done something else that he was featured in.
Or no, he was in that Cypher.
Yeah.
I think.
So.
Was it a Cypher? It wasn't a Cypher. It was a track with Illy Willy, as I like to call him, and Jay Wyatt.
Right. Either
Um,
way, we have.
Oh
heard
yeah, I call him
everyone.
Illy Willy, which is funny because then we heard Crip do it.
That was my
When Crip
mistake.
was reacting
Joe.
to the Underground Cypher.
Sorry.
And I was like,
It's stuck. It's stuck.
that's great. We're not the only ones.
Right.
But no.
Who is, by the way, a fantastic rapper. It's just the way his name is all one word.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, DK, you did a fantastic job. As far as the overall diss track from Izz goes, as kind of a closing statement, Izz, as is, because I don't want to say Izz and make people think I'm talking about like Izz Apocalypse. As is. Izz Ass. One, if you're going to come at Eminem, you got to be way more clever than that. You brought a bunch of baseless, non-factual claims
Brought a bunch of trash.
against an artist. You didn't even have any sort of entendres in it. It was almost as
There was
baseline
no
of a rap.
lyricism in that.
It was almost as baseline of a rap as you could fucking get. The rhyme schemes weren't good.
It was just sloppy.
It was a
sloppy
bad
trash.
diss track.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're not capable of doing better, but man, this wasn't it.
Maybe lay off the shrooms before you do it.
I mean, I'm still hoping at some point we get to hear somebody diss Eminem to actually piss Eminem off.
Well, but like an actual good
Right.
diss track.
It's not gonna happen. It hasn't happened yet.
Right.
Um,
And that's only because he wants like
I want him to just rip into somebody.
exactly. It's not because he is a huge Eminem fan. It's not that. It's we want angry, vengeful M
Exactly.
on the track. So yeah, that was the DK's version was
DK killed
great.
Killed it.
I loved the response to the hook. Honestly, that was my favorite part because it was so humorous, but the rest of it was great. The original was don't waste your time.
No.
If
Not
you
if you haven't
haven't
already
seen
seen
it
it.
already, don't waste your time.
Anyways, that is going to do it. If you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below what did you think of DKRapArtist with As Is Ass, as we're going to just keep calling it.
Ass.
That's right. DK, we're renaming it for you because that was a mouthful. Whatever you have there. Stan responds to As Is. Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reaction to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. We cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Peace.